Good evening and welcome to MSU Inside Out. I'm your host, Sadie Lynn.
And I'm Dalton Davis. Guys, today is National Pickle Day. And Sadie, last week you gave us a preview of what last weekend you were going to do. What happened?
So yeah, if you remember from last week's episode, I mentioned that I was going to go horseback riding, and I got myself into quite the pickle by falling off a horse and fracturing my wrist.
You're not supposed to do that.
No, you're not supposed to do that at all.
Well, you learned the hard way.
Yep.
Well, we have an awesome show for you guys today. Sadie, what do we got coming up?
So to start, we have two incredible interviews. One is with MSU's Got Talent coordinator,
as well as a brand new club on campus, FCA. We're going to be joined with the president of that club.
We also have an update on international news regarding U.S. election reactions around the world.
The men's hockey team is coming off an awesome victory against number 1 Jamestown this past Tuesday, and Zoe's are going to give us a dive into their season.
We also got a book review regarding books that have turned into movies.
And our women's soccer team is at the NSIC semifinals right now. We're going to take a look at their season as well.
And finally, we'll have an update on the weather for you this weekend.
But first, Tayton Geology Club has a guest speaker coming in to talk tonight. That sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah, very exciting indeed, Dalton. The Minot State Augite Geology Club is hosting turtle conservationist Gail Bishop tonight at 6:30 for a conversation on prehistoric turtles in North Dakota. Bishop's presentation will focus on his eventful life as a geologist and educator, anticipating new discoveries and journeying back through nearly 110 million years of geological history. The Minot Symphony Orchestra will host the first of its 2 chamber concerts for the 24-25 season on Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Carnegie Center in downtown Minot. The concert will also feature Woodwind Quartet, the Sub-Zero Winds, performing a variety of works from French composers from the Romantic, Impressionist, and modern eras. Tickets are $25 and available on the Symphony website, minotsymphony.com, or by calling the box office at 701-858-4228. The Native American Cultural Center and Minot State Student Affairs will host an Indigenous dinner on November 16th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Student Center Conference Center. The dinner will also include musical performances by duet soul band Blood Quantum, along with Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa citizens. The Native American Cultural Center asked people interested to sign up for the event by scanning the QR code on the poster or by visiting their website. Dalton, lots of fun and interesting stuff going on campus and as well as in the community.
Yeah, there is a lot of sports coming up as well as we transition from the fall season to the winter season as well, so there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. But Sadie, what do we got coming up next?
Well, this week's book review takes a bit of a turn with book series that have turned into feature films. Alex has more.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my book review. As stated, we are moving on from book series you can start reading if you haven't read in a long time, and moving on to book series that have been turned into movies. So the one we're going to start off today, I actually have mentioned before in a previous book review, and that is the Hunger Games series. Now, this is a book series written by Suzanne Collins, and even if you haven't seen the movie, everyone knows what Hunger Games is. Especially for the younger Gen Z crowd, the 2000s kids, this was pretty much our introduction to dystopian novels and dystopian movie series. So if you have seen Hunger Games, if you like dystopian novels, dystopian movies, Divergent, Maze Runner, The Fifth Wave, any of these movies are also great books. So the Hunger Games series, I'm originally a movie fan, but I have read the books, and you get a lot more, as most book series turn movies, you get a lot more background into characters and certain timelines in the books than you do in the movies. So, Hunger Games, book series, 7.5 out of 10 for me. Again, if you love the movies, you'll definitely love the books. See you next time.
Thank you, Alex, for that insight about books that turn into movies. Right now, we're going to take it to our first interview of the day. The Fellowship of Christian Athletes is an international ministry focused on influencing the lives of coaches and athletes through sports. And here at Minot States, we have a brand new FCA club that is formed. Carson Ullmer, you are the president. Thank you for joining me today.
Glad to be here, Dalton.
Well, Carson, first, I want a lot of people that are listening right now might not know what FCA is. Can you explain a little bit about what the club is?
Yeah, so FCA, like you said, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, just a ministry group that is focused in on kind of like any other ministry group, sharing the gospel, sharing the news of Jesus Christ and what he's done for us, and sharing that a little more specifically through athletes and coaches, more through like the sports sort of lens is how I usually describe it. So.
Well, speaking of, that you have a passion for preaching the gospel. Mm-hmm. What made you want to start the club when you did?
Yeah, I remember, so I just transferred here to MSU a whole year ago last fall, and was just looking through some clubs, and I remember at a previous college I was at, they had something similar to an FCA of sorts, and from what I read in the list of clubs, I just didn't see anything for like athletics with Christianity. So I always think it's kind of funny. Usually I'm very slow to like jump on something like this, but I just saw there was like a gap, and I was like, well, I guess I thought of it. Maybe I should pursue that, and I did, and yeah, led to starting. At first it was a Christian athletics club, and then later, people were like, hey, you should like switch this to FCA and stuff like that, and yeah, just kind of made the sort of rebrand, if you will, and and now we're here today. So.
Yeah, talk about that rebrand. You guys have started up something new for the sports teams this year. Yep. I know you've put a lot of work in behind the scenes and just coming up with this club. What has the process been like starting it?
So for starting it, it was just kind of getting with some MSU staff, kind of typical like club starting sort of process, but everything, it's kind of been a blessing to see that, just how well everything has like connected. Always cool to see God like moving even in these little things, if it's as simple as trying to get a club constitution paper, filed, and it just seems like every time it was just answered really quickly. And getting plugged in with some of the other FCA staff in North Dakota has been really great, getting plugged in with those people, and just the resources and materials and the help that they have is really a blessing to see. So
you guys had your first meeting last month. What did that look like, and how were your expectations going into that?
Just to say right off, it completely exceeded expectations. We were planning kind of this smaller group of people, ended up being like 40 or 41 people there. And what we did was just kind of had it, I guess, similar to like a church service. We just came in, people had some food and some fellowship time, then we had worship, and then got into a message, and then closed up the night with everyone just discussing what the message was about. We were talking about, Jesus Christ as our foundation in our faith. We always tie everything back to him. That was kind of what it was, just worship and discussion and fellowship. So
you guys are meeting once a month right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And next week you guys have your second meeting coming up, right?
Yes. Yeah, November 21st, 7 p.m. Yep.
So next Thursday, is there a way that people can reach out to you if they have any questions about wanting to know more about this club?
Yes, I can just be emailed at carson.ullmer@ndus.edu. That's just my school email that you can use to contact me, reach out for questions, and I like to say that all are welcome, whether it's athlete or non-athlete. The good news of Jesus Christ has to be spread to everyone. So we'd love to have anyone who's interested or got questions or whatever. So.
All right, guys. Well, reach out to Carson if you have any more questions. Thank you for joining me today, Carson.
Thank you, Dalton. Glad to be here.
We're going to kick to a quick underwriting break, but afterwards, our men's hockey team and women's soccer team are killing it right now, and we're going to have updates on both of those teams.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out.
Guys, we want to shout out our social media really quick. Guys, go check us out on Instagram and Facebook. We've been posting some reels highlighting MSU Inside Out as well as the Saturday Showdown. Speaking of the Saturday Showdown, this Saturday is going to be the last football game of the season. That's going to be our last Saturday Showdown of the season. We're going to be live at 10:30, so check us out then. But speaking of that, this is going to be our last football game of the year, and it's going to be quite the emotional one for our seniors, huh, Zoe?
It will be. They're losing a couple of guys, so we'll just have to see how it goes this weekend. They're hoping to pull out that win. So this weekend will be Minot State football's last game of the season. This record has been breaking. Records. They have won 4 times and lost 6. This Saturday is senior night. The Beavers will be taking on Winona State University. Kickoff will be at 1 p.m. Volleyball will also be ending their season this weekend. Friday night will be senior night, and Beavers will be playing against Sioux Falls on Friday at 6 p.m. On Saturday, they will be playing against Wayne State at 11 a.m. Before you head to football on Saturday, make sure you stop by and support your Beavers in the Dome. Our hockey team is dominating their season so far. Zoe W has more on that story.
Minot State men's hockey team have been on a winning streak for their last 8 games. This last weekend, Minot State claimed victory over the Waldorf University Warriors. This past Tuesday, Minot State battled against number 1 seed Jamestown at home and secured the win with an ending score of 6-1. This wouldn't be possible without a team that's close and works well together. Juniors Austin Klein and Sheldon Howard talk more about the team environment.
Probably just how close the team is. Got a great group of guys, and yeah, we're all good friends. So
the guys are good. We've been close for the past 3 years that I've been here. We work well together. We're mostly Canadian, so.
As the season progresses, Howard explains the goals for the team.
We're just hoping to keep winning games. Focus on passing, shooting, getting our goals in.
Klein came into this team as a transfer. He adds insight about the transition into a new team.
It's been good. Obviously, you don't really know coming into a new team, but I knew some of the guys before this, so that definitely made it a lot easier.
We got to know the players a little better by asking them their favorite color.
Probably red.
I'd say baby blue. Red.
The Minot State men's hockey team have their next games against Midland University this upcoming weekend. Tune in on the NSIC network. This is Zoe reporting for KMSU TV.
Thank you, Zoe, for that package. Make sure to check out the NSIC to watch those games. Speaking of skating, women's hockey is home this weekend. It will be a national championship rematch as the Beavers fell short 4-1 last year in the championship. This will be a great way for the Beavers to showcase their success from their season so far. Players to watch will be Journey Miller, Paige Kozak, and Chrissy Rank as they are leading on the offensive side. Defensively, the players to keep an eye on are Paige Ackerman and McKenna Beard. Puck drop is at 3:45 Friday and Saturday. Head to the Mesa this weekend to check out this competitive matchup. Our women's soccer team qualified for the NSIC tournament semifinal game. Our top goalie, Siriana Gudino, has more on the story.
Minot State's women's soccer team played in the NSIC quarterfinal this past Monday at Augustana University. The game was tied 0-0 until the 73rd minute when Maria Pacheco Martinez gave the perfect pass to Brooklyn Casey.
It was super exciting. Moppy played a super good ball, and I saw it, and then I just kicked it, and it was a goal, and it was super fun to celebrate with my teammates. So.
The game was well fought by the Beavers as they won the game 1-0 in the Vikings' territory.
Well, what did you say is all the time discipline, effort, and just the energy that we have all the time, and I think all the goal game, all the team had it from the beginning to the end, and I think that was the most important part to win and go to semifinals.
The Beavers are now in Mankato, Minnesota, where they will be preparing for their game on Friday, November 15th versus Concordia St. Paul. The NSIC semifinals are being held at Minnesota State University, Mankato.
It feels amazing. I've never have ever gone to any kind of conference tournament in my 4 years, and I'm a senior, so I'm super excited.
The Beavers have always stuck to their strong foundation and to their mindset of taking it one game at a time.
The key factors are just the simple things: effort, attitude, discipline. Stick to them. Right, that's what's got us this far. That's what put us in this position, and that's what we got to stick to.
The Minot State Beavers take on the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears at 10 a.m. on Friday, November 15th for the NSIC tournament semifinal game. You can tune in on the game online at nsicnetwork.com, or you can also head to the Beaver Dam to join the watch party. This is Siriana Gudino reporting, and roll Beavs!
Thank you for that package, Siri. We are wishing good luck to the Beavers from MSU Inside Out. Now we are going to kick it to an underwriting break. Do not go anywhere because we have another interview from Sadie, international news, and a weather report.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. America's Got Talent is one of the most popular TV shows in the country, and Minot State is getting its very own talent showcase, MSU's Got Talent. Joining me now is MSU's Got Talent organizer, Marissa Beck. Marissa, thank you for coming on to MSU Inside Out.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you became involved in coordinating MSU's Got Talent?
Yeah, my major is business management, and for one of my classes, the Fundamentals of Management 301, one of our assignments is for a group to do a project where we have to execute and then present on it. So we decided that we would like to do a talent show.
And I grew up watching America's Got Talent, and I'm excited to check it out and see Minot State's talented students. How many acts will be performing tomorrow night?
Yeah, so we have about 4 acts performing so far, and yeah.
And what kind of acts will we be seeing?
We have some singing, so there will be some karaoke, Teddy Swims. We have a newly formed choral society is doing a choral, Crying in My Subaru. It's going to be so funny. We have instrumentalists, trombonists playing, and yeah.
And is there any awards for students that compete?
Well, there's gloating awards, and then we also have a certificate for the first place.
And who are some of the judges that we'll be seeing tomorrow night?
So Sarah Honeman has graciously volunteered to kind of give her expertise on, critiquing after the acts perform.
Unfortunately, there's no Simon Cowell. But what makes MSU's Got Talent different from other talent shows? And how do you ensure the event stands out every year?
I would say it's a great opportunity for to have like the people here and all of their very niche acts and kind of display that to our university.
And what are some of the biggest challenges that you faced while coordinating this event, and how did you overcome them?
I would say the biggest thing was like awareness and getting the word out, like, hey, like you can do a fun little act and getting that out. And I think that we've, overcome that. It was going to be like a small variety show, and then we've rebranded to MSU's Got Talent and made it more enticing to people.
I love the concept of doing a campus TV show, talent showcase, sorry. And actually 2 years ago, I actually competed in an MSU's Got Talent. I was the bass player in a band called the Dirty Pop-Tarts. We didn't win, but what inspired you to do the spin-off of the show?
Actually, the division of the music department, Dr. David Rollinson, he suggested it to us. And I think it's a really great idea. I'm excited to see where it goes.
And looking ahead, how do you see MSU's Got Talent evolving over the next few years?
I would just say like expanding and more people getting them in and involved, and I think that'll be really great. So.
Yeah, well, thank you, Marissa, for coming on MSU Inside Out and sharing this amazing event that is tomorrow night. So make sure you check out MSU's Got Talent tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the Harnett Hall Recital Hall. The U.S. presidential election are pouring in from all over the world. Here's Godwin Great with more on the story.
Last week, citizens of the United States elected a new president to succeed current President Joe Biden. Today, we shall be looking at the international reaction to the victory of President-elect Donald Trump in the U.S. 2024 presidential election. On November 6, President-elect Donald Trump won against current Vice President Kamala Harris in a 312 to 226 electoral college votes. Since Trump's victorious win, reactions outside of the United States have been divided. Many conservatives around the world think that this is going to be a new era for the world, as President-elect Donald Trump is a staunch Christian and has proposed to bring back religion. However, many liberals and a few conservatives also think that this is going to lead the world backward, as freedoms and liberties for many demographics will be severely restricted. So far, the international community is divided. Many countries' governments such as Germany, the UK, Israel, Japan, and many more have congratulated President-elect Donald Trump, while others such as Russia, China, Mexico, Scotland, and many more have refrained but still congratulating him, waiting to see what President-elect Donald Trump, would do. Economists, human rights watchers, and billions of people all wait in suspense about what a second term of President Trump would mean to the world. Although we're not sure what the future holds for the world, we are sure that President-elect Donald Trump would undoubtedly and profoundly influence the global landscape. Godwin Great, KMSU International News Correspondent.
Thank you, Paul, for that update on global reactions to the U.S. election. Hey, Maddy, how's the weather looking this weekend?
Well, I feel like I always started off by saying it was such a beautiful day in the Magic City, but it really was, and I'm not complaining. Right now we're sitting at 46 degrees, so it's pretty nice outside. We'll have a high of 56 and a low of 33. Winds are really mild right now at 11 miles per hour. We did lose about 15 minutes of sunlight from last week already, and I expect it every winter. I know it's coming, but I still miss the sun, and I think a lot of people do. But you know what makes it a little more bearable? Bear Scat Donuts. They give us donuts every week here in the studio, and we love it. So thank you, Bear Scat Donuts, for sponsoring our daily weather. Moving on to the Papa John's 7-day forecast. Tomorrow is actually going to be pretty nice. The high is going to be 55, and that's going to be the highest temperature that we have all week. On Saturday, it is going to rain, and that's going to turn into a mix of rain and snow, so get ready for that if you're going to the football game on Saturday, the last home game that the Beavers have this season. So make sure to show out, but wear a coat. And Sunday is going to be the sunniest day of the week at 45. Monday is going to be slightly higher than that with a high of 49 degrees. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we are getting snow. It's not much to worry about. It's expected to be about 3 inches, just scattered throughout the day. And then Thursday is going to be a mild 32, partly cloudy. Now, since winter is coming, we are starting to get snow. It's a good reminder to get your car prepped, get a winter kit in your car, compactable shovel, things like that. Just be ready. Sadie, have you ever been stuck in the snow?
See, I personally have not been stuck in the snow, and I feel like currently if I got stuck in the snow, that'd be a big uh-oh. But I have helped a lot of my friends get out of the snow before. Did you know, Dalton, that if you use kitty litter, it helps you get out of the snow?
I did know that. I unfortunately had to use some kitty litter. There was one time I got stuck in the snow before going to high school one day, and Dad was very upset at me. Got a nice call from him afterwards expressing his disgruntledness. But he got me out, and I appreciated him for that, thanks to the kitty litter. So, yeah, guys, be prepared. Weather's coming. It's North Dakota. We always have that to look forward to in the winter. With that being said, let's wrap the show up, Sadie.
So, yeah, to conclude, we had 2 incredible interviews, one with MSU's Got Talent event coordinator, Marissa Beck,
as well as Carson joining me talking about the brand new FCA club on campus. Check out the talent show tomorrow night, guys, at 7 p.m., right?
Oh, of course, yeah, and the Harnett Hall Recital Hall.
As well as next Thursday, FCA is going to have their second meeting. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Reach out to Carson for more details on that if you are interested. We also had awesome updates. Our sports teams are killing it right now in the fall seasons. We've got the football season's going to be wrapping up here soon. Guys, check them out on Saturday, as well as our Saturday Showdown. That's going to be our last performance of the year. That's going to be live at 10:30. We're going to do an interview with Coach as well as some other hot topic segments. You're going to see our director, Clayton Hawkins, joining us. And then we also want to leave a question of the day. We haven't gotten to that yet. Speaking of the talent show, we want to know, guys, what is your go-to talent that you would showcase in a talent show if you were in one? We want to know what your guys' secret talents and know more from our fans out there. Is there anything else that you liked about the show today, Sadie?
Well, we did have that international news update about global reactions to the U.S. election.
And Zoe killed it with her package on the hockey team, as well as Siri, one of which both the hockey team and the soccer team, good luck this next week. Siri's one of our own, and she's going to be killing it as far as goalies go. This is also her senior year, so we want to give her a shout-out. Thank you, Siri, for all that you do for our show. But next week, we're going to be live at 5 p.m. again, Thursdays, MSU Inside Out.
Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, so